Go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Couch Casual Podcast. I'm your boy, Kyle Diorio. I'm here with my beautiful partner,
Robert Dylan Vasquez. What's up, guys?
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to break down UFC 319. And oh boy, was this card sweet. This card was beautiful. This card was artisanal. If you like violence, this card had it.
Yeah, definitely.
Even the prelims, like I tuned in at about Lupe Godinez and Jessica Andrade's final round, so I didn't see that full fight. But they were kind of going at it in that final round, so I assume the rest of the fight was pretty solid.
Sure. Shout out to Chase Hooper. Sorry, Chase Hooper.
Yeah, Chase Hooper. I know everybody loves Chase Hooper, but man, he can't string some wins together. Our boy Edson Barboza lost on the early prelims.
Oh no.
I did not know that the Fighting Nerds had a Polish fighter.
Yeah. He's like they adopted him into the team. Which
He
is
KO'd Gerald Mearshart, who sharded that fight up. He looked terrified. I don't know if Gerald Mearshart needs to just go do like the new UFC Brazil or the UFC Jiu-Jitsu. Because it's like that's all he wants to do in there.
I don't know if this is 100% factual. It's something that I saw. He won't be doing anything UFC because he is removed from the roster.
I would say after that performance,
I think the next following day, fighter removed. Gerald Mearshart is what I saw.
It's sad to see, man, but it just was like such a. I mean, anytime you see the guy who gets kind of clipped a little bit and he immediately is throwing up his guard, just hoping the guy comes in there, it's like this fight's over.
Sure. The rough thing about having fighting as a job, not that I would know, but
it's tough.
If I don't want to do my job anymore, I could just go do something else. I've made myself malleable in just a entire different work industry. These fighters, a lot of them, I'm not saying they don't know what they want to do. Of course they want to fight because that's their biggest paycheck. And I wouldn't say they're easiest by any means, but it's just rough when you see a guy who just doesn't want to do it anymore, but he's literally a trained killer. So what are you going to do now? You going to go work at Best Buy?
I mean, I'm sure he could train. Just train. He's 37. I'm sure he could just train people. He's a very talented jiu-jitsu fighter. Just doesn't have much well-roundedness outside of that, it seems like.
How many more times do you want to get wrecked, you know?
Probably not a lot.
Anyways,
we are here for the main card. We'll start out with Mr. Timothy Elliot versus Kai Asakura.
What a weirdo of a fight that was.
That was weird, dude. Kai had such a good first round, and he was doing exactly what I said he needed to do, but then Tim Elliott made it weird, made it scrappy.
Sure.
And just, the pressure got to Kai so, like, round 2 was not even the same fighter as round 1.
Well, I saw this funny quote when Tim was talking about the fight or the up and coming fight. He's like, how does he know what I'm going to do next when I don't even know what I'm going to do next? And so he's doing like a bunch of
fair assessment.
He
came out and he hit the fucking that old school stance once or twice.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, he looked like he watched Peaky Blinders right before the fight with that haircut.
Dude.
The squeeze he had on Kai, though. Did you see his eyeballs were like bulging out of his eye sockets, it looked like.
Luke Rockhold hit Michael Bisping, I believe, with a one-arm mounted guillotine. And so you've seen the mounted guillotine, and then you just see Tim Elliott swimming his hand to like lock it in, and then just the extension. Kai's legs go straight up in the air. And
dude,
it's next.
It was a brutal looking choke, and he kind of got that side, like he kind of got that side
crank
torque on it too. Oh man, it looked tough. Kai, these these guys coming over from other promotions this year not having much luck. Kai's 0-2. We're about to have another 0-1 here in a minute. There's only one win amongst these guys, and that's Pitbull's last fight.
Sure.
But God Almighty, Kai looked great in the first round. He's doing what he does. What he was clipping Tim, but it just didn't seem to phase Tim that much.
No, Tim, he would counter with some weird counter left, but then the leg is throwing a leg kick at the same time. So it's just a really interesting style to watch. It is. It's not like a calculated Dominic Cruz, but it's nuts,
I know. Yeah, it's just weird. It's a weird style, man. But I mean, Tim Elliott, hats off to him. He beat a champion from another division or another promotion. So
he's not going.
Just kind of shows you what the levels that are in the UFC. Sure. I believe you were the only one that picked Mr. Timothy Elliott.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You ready to move on? Do you have anything else you'd like to divulge?
The first win of many for mine.
Yeah, today was not a great day for the bald people of the couch casuals.
Sure.
So moving on to Jared Cannonier, Michael Venom Page. Fortunately, we both picked MVP.
Yes.
And my God, what a performance it was.
I was kind of worried. I told you. I told the other casuals. There will be no knockout of Jared Cannonier, but damn it, boy. There was some
Ooh, dude. It was so clear that Cannonier's chin is granite because the force he was getting, he just went down due to the sheer force of some of those shots.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that first one where it's kind of like he just threw him down with his fist. And he was doing his thing. He was doing his MVP shit, man. That was a great performance by MVP to pick apart Cannonier like that. And honestly, Cannonier wins round 3 solely because MVP slips.
Sure. Yeah. And just
had he not slipped, I don't think that's what happens. Because he couldn't get him down. He got him on the cage a couple times, but that was the extent. Dude, bloodthirsty fans, man.
Sure.
MVP looked great, dude. Give him Izzy. That is the fight. Cool. MVP Israel Adesanya. It very well could be extremely boring. You were very accurate with that assessment last week. It could be the most boring fight ever because they like the counterpunch, but it could also be the coolest fight ever.
It could be probably the most anime style fight.
It could, dude.
It has that capability.
It's straight up an anime fight.
Can Izzy afford another loss in a row? Does he have a win? It's 3 losses, right, in a row.
Man.
So you want to put him up against MVP where he might lose, but it wouldn't be a stoppage, I don't believe. It would be like a decision. At worst, it would be like a boring decision, but you don't want MVP edging out a win because a win is a win. So I don't want Izzy going 0-4. Don't give him a tomato can. Give him somebody who he can, at least keep where he is and not depreciate. And if MVP goes out and beats him, as good as it might look, it will depreciate Izzy. And I don't want the Tony Ferguson treatment. Izzy's not washed. Far from it.
He's not washed. He's not washed. But I feel like he's in a place in his career now. It's like just take the fun money fights, win or lose.
If there are fun money fights to be had,
MVP,
yes, but Izzy he's there. He's exactly where you're saying he is. But does he think that? Is he going to go the Michael Chandler route? Does he want a route back to the title? What does Izzy want? And I think fighting MVP, yes, would give the fans this Dragon Ball Z-esque, Baku, whatever, Yu Yu Hakusho anime style fight that all these guys say they want, and then it comes to the point where it's a what would you call that? It bottlenecked. It's stagnant. It's it's not what
It
they
could
thought
be.
it would be. So I'm just
I
saying,
still want it. I
yes.
want it. Give it to me.
I think MVP deserves it.
MVP,
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya, co-main event, or maybe a fight night main event.
Sure.
I'd rather see it on a pay-per-view personally, but
Yeah.
Yeah, MVP looked great, dude. He looked fantastic against Jared Cannonier.
Got him in the neck, dude.
I was a little shocked it looked as easy for him as it did.
Really?
Yeah, I thought Jared would be a little more dangerous on his feet, but
there were moments on the ground where he was throwing some real good shots. I was saying when I was watching it, I was like, imagine training for somebody for 6 to 12 to long camps of 16 weeks just to do exactly what you thought that they were going to do.
Yeah, and not be able to do anything about it.
No, it's fine. I'll walk him down. I'll figure it out when I'm in there. And then
no. And his style, dude, like his hands being all the way down the whole time, like you're not going to see it coming until it's like halfway there already.
It's too late, man.
And
shoot from the hip, man.
His head movement is, it has to be fantastic.
Right,
otherwise, that style doesn't work without good head movement.
He was dribbling an invisible basketball.
Dude, he was styling on Derek Cannonier.
Flashy, very flashy.
So I really thought when MVP came over from Bellator, wherever he came from, I don't remember now, he was a little bit too old to be debuting at the UFC and making headway. I thought I was kind of concerned he was,
over the hill?
Over the hill a little bit. But boy, was I wrong.
Well, go ahead.
He's beat Kevin Holland. He's beat Jared Cannonier. He's beat the Bullet, Sher Magomedov. Mm-hmm. The only loss he's got is against Ian Machado Gary, who kind of lay and prayed him.
He did. It wasn't this back and forth striking match.
No.
Gary's like, well, I survived against MVP. I'm one of the best strikers. And it's like, yeah, okay. Sure, bud.
Your striking didn't get you to survive.
Anyways, he didn't take that much damage in his Bellator. Like, I think he lost to Paul Daly via WrestleFuck. It's always been, he did get knocked out versus Douglas Lima, I believe.
Yeah, that's like the only like big knockout I can remember.
That was a leg kick, a weirdly timed leg kick, and then just a shovel uppercut, just cutting his lights off. But he didn't sustain that much damage, and he has that point style fighting that it takes to like you hear like Rogan talk about it as like he's like a point fighter, like even an expert kickboxer. It's like Shara Bullet was that guy. He was You're not gonna find a lot of wear and tear on MVP's career. And it's not like a huge debut when he's 20 years old, yes, but it's he had a little pit stop at BKFC and lost to Mike Perry via.
Oh, I forgot about the BKFC fight.
So like he was, I don't know if he did anything else, but there were other things for him to do. But for him to be as old as he is, and then he's like, no, fuck it, I'll make a UFC run. He's showing that he's not just started, but he's not over the hill. He can fight that style He can fight that style for the rest of his life, dude.
The longevity is so there.
If you will agree or whatever, attest, I guess. He could turn that notch down from 10 or 11 where he's at now to 7, and he could still hang with most of the middleweights.
I'm sure.
Because those 70-pounders, the 170ers, they are quick, they are, fast, and get a lot of young up-and-coming,
170 is so heavy wrestling, too, that...
I'm saying MVP's here to stay, and what a performance. So. What a performance.
It was a great performance, a beautiful performance. Shouts out to him. I'm hoping for the Israel fight next, but we'll see what happens.
Sure.
Are you ready for the next one?
Please.
Jeff Neal versus
Hands of Steel.
Carlos Prates.
Prates look good, man.
dude. Potential knockout of the year right here.
Sure.
Sound of the year.
Sound of the year. I'll give you that so far, yeah.
Dude, that shit was disgusting. The point of that elbow hitting his head. Oh my God. The sound was so loud on the replay. When they go, oh, y'all need to listen to the sound. They're like, this shit sounds insane. I was like, normally the sounds, they do sound bad, but like this one was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was isolated.
Oh my God.
So Prates is kind of he's using his footwork, he's ins and outs, and a lot of people rather were saying that Jeff Neal doesn't have the footwork of an Ian Gary. He's not going to be able to evade Prates for very long. You see this like choppy elbow, like a tomahawk kind of thing.
Almost,
and
he's
then
almost forward with it.
Just walks him down, sets, and you think he's gonna like throw a heavy jab, and he just boom. It was kind of elbow and then forearm. It was weird when you see it from
it's very slicing.
It just shut. Well, I don't know if it shut Jeff Neal's lights out, but you see like, I think it was Herzog that waved it off. And then just the face, just the grimace of just Jeff, just.
He looked, like the look on his face when he was down was destroyed. Like, oh boy.
Destroyed. Just destroyed.
Jeff Neal jokes, ref stepped in too early. Yeah. Good spirits there. God almighty. It was such a brutal KO.
Prates gets on the mic and he's like, oh, I need to talk to Dana. Dana, I need you to sign my homeboy.
Sign my homie.
He's blah, blah, blah. He's my training partner. He's this, he's that. Sign him. Great win. See you guys later.
Goes to smoke some cigs. Smoking cigs
in the press
conference, dude.
Who was smoking?
Crazy work, dude.
It was a nice knockout. I didn't think it would go down like that.
I didn't either.
I didn't think it would go down like that.
I think we both had Prates. We both had Prates, right?
Yeah.
Or did you pick Jeff Neal?
No.
Okay. I outstanding, dude. It was crazy knockout.
Right.
What would you see from the nightmare Carlos Prates again next?
I mean, obviously, you just keep throwing him on the rocket that is the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah,
he's redeemed himself. He's back in that, the cool kids club.
Without a doubt.
Jeff Neal was what, 6?
Let's see if it still shows.
It might be updated.
He's at 11 currently. Mm-hmm. Whether that was before or after the fight. I think that usually shows like the up and down ranks. I think he was 11 at the time of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin Buckley? No, I don't want to put those two. I like both of those guys. I don't want to see that fight.
Buckley's not gonna. He's not going back down. Like he's not because Buckley's ranked what? And he just lost to Usman.
He's 8.
Yeah, he just lost to Usman. He's not.
Yeah,
you're not
Carlos.
getting him.
Where do we get Carlos Prates at, man? I don't see any like super. You're not going to do the Ian Gary rematch.
No. Ian Gary's fighting for the number 1 contender versus Sean Brady.
Colby's at 9.
Give him Colby. That would be fun.
I'd love to see Colby get the knockout. Dude. Boom! But yeah, dude, like that shit was. I was at my buddy's house and I went,
dude.
When I heard that sound, it was just terrifying.
Just slump, just. Great performance. Shout out to the Fighting Nerds. Shout out to Jeff Neal. Hope you're doing well. On to the next, man. Wait. I'm getting deja vu because
it was
the next fight happens the exact same way.
Identical? And he also calls his buddy out for Dana to hire?
He also does the exact same thing.
There's a glitch in the Matrix, dude.
You know me. I'm not trying to be on any substances. I like to put natural things in my body. I thought I was tripping for a second. I was like, no.
It was very...
Like, no way.
It was very weird to see it happen. another first round spinning elbow. And you know what? My bad, Lerone Murphy. I said, who remembers any Lerone? I'm sorry. I'll never talk ill of you again. That shit was disgusting as well. I don't think there was a sound effect, unfortunately, but
it was a thud.
It was
boom. Like it wasn't like a pop or like.
I think I was still just buzzing because of the last one, but it was just as beautiful. Like up against the cage, Aaron kind of bites down to go in and pong, just knocked him the fuck out. Aaron looked pretty okay up until that point, but man, it just rough going for these Bellator boys.
So, we're doing the bragging rights thing. Yes, we're keeping score of the picks. Lerone, I don't believe I spoke ill, but I did agree with like who remembers the last. And then I told you I was like walking through the grocery store watching it on my phone of him beating Edson Barbosa. So it's not somebody that I'm gonna sit down and turn on the TV for.
I might now.
With this performance, I think Volkanovski. He called out Volkanovski for a title shot. He's like, "Nah, title shot's mine next." And Volk was like, "All right, see you in December. Good luck." So that's awesome.
Fair enough.
That's awesome. He's fresh meat, but he's established
definitely
himself.
Needed some fresh meat up there. I'm surprised. Well, Evloev just had to pull out of the fight. So otherwise, I feel like it'd go to him. Yeah, I mean, Volk's beating everybody except for Evloev and Arnold Allen at 5 up to Lerone Murphy. So I think this is a definitely a good chance for Lerone to get a title shot, and we'll see what you can do, big dog.
I am proud that I have the prior knowledge of Aaron Pico and his nasty victories. The left hook to the body was just crazy.
Dude, that's a nasty knockout.
But what I told you is, even in his losses, it's just what a way for Lerone to just capture on Aaron, just smothering him. Like the forward pressure from Aaron Pico, he knew like, all right, he's just gonna keep coming in. Boom, made a UFC vet style move. And I told you, man, these other organizations, they just don't.
Dude,
I don't know. I don't want to speak ill, but Jesus.
You think any more of these guys are going to get like top 6, 7?
So that's interesting.
Opponents now.
That's really interesting because the PFL Bellator guys, I don't know if Bellator's a thing, but the PFL guys, they have no idea what to do. They don't know how to run an organization. All their fighters are going to have to jump ship to the UFC because
it's just a mass exodus at this point, which is good for us because we're getting some of these. Aaron Pico, I'm sure he's going to bounce back. He's an incredibly entertaining fighter. I want to see him fight again. They need to maybe start lower on the rankings here. Like,
what a fucking slap in the face to say to a PFL or a Bellator champion of the world. Hey, I know you were champion. I know you were champion where you're from, but here's the 16 ranked guy. You're not even top 15.
I agree, but like the track record this year has not been good.
All right, Kyle. All right, and you're gonna get 10-10. Like you can't do that. So it's like there has to be a middle. You're not gonna you haven't been with the UFC, so all your prior work history on your job resume is just caca now. We're gonna put you on 10-10. We'll see what you can do. God,
dude, I know. I agree, but my God, what do you do? Like they're getting slaughtered out here.
They are lambs to slaughter. We don't know that. We don't know that. When you have a great champion in Michael Chandler, but then you have Pitbull, Patchy Mix, Aaron Pico, those top stars shit in the bed.
Do we have any? Who's the next debuting fighter? Do we know that?
I'm not sure. But you can't expect all of them to be what they were. It's just different lights. It's just there's a different warm-up process, I think. For the most part, I think they might have been more coddled. I think there's more.
You might be right. So there is a new debut coming who's going to reportedly fight Patricio Pitbull at UFC Paris. Losine Kieta, the Black Panther.
Where are they from?
Octagon.
Oh, over in Africa.
MMA.
Over in Africa.
Yeah, so says he's a Belgian fighter.
Maybe. This is the first time I'm hearing.
Yeah, this is not someone who I've heard of, obviously, but he's 16-1 coming over. His last fight was against a 3-4 fighter.
Okay.
I don't see that. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about a debuting fighter, but we'll see.
We'll see what
happens. I like seeing these guys debut though. So either way, it's exciting to see new fighters flooding in.
Sure.
Anything else you like to say about the co-main event?
No.
Shout out.
It was noted that Aaron Pico was supposed to be the LeBron James of MMA. He's only 28 years old. LeBron discovered success after years of doing it and not, making that chip, coming up short, if you would. So you got to kind of try to be optimistic about Aaron Pico, but
Aaron Pico's now got to leave his current team and sign with like the most financial off team that just can pour time and money into him. I don't know what team he fights for.
He fights for Jackson Wink.
Dude, I just watched a video about Jackson Wink.
Sure.
One of those legendary teams of all time, they only have 3-ish fighters in the UFC currently.
Well, yeah. Well, back in the day, you had Cowboy Cerrone, I believe. You had the John Joneses of the world. GSP for a time, I think, they matched up with those guys from Toronto.
I want to say there's only 2. Jackson Wink and there's another Jackson
and I believe
team.
I believe they're not Jackson Wink anymore. I think that was a collab, and now it's just Greg Jackson doing his thing. If I'm not mistaken.
Can you tell me who the other active Jackson Wink fighter is in the UFC? Without looking it up? I'm looking it up.
No, I can't.
For
the life of me.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Because I believe it just used to be stacked, and then their fighters just either kept going other places, but yeah.
He may not even be Jackson Wink. He might be a member of that other team.
The other team?
The other Jackson.
Sure.
I can't find it. It's literally, there's only 2 of them active, which is...
He has good training, is what I'm saying.
He is. He is trained legends, but it is crazy to see these teams who are like the top of the top. You barely hear their name anymore.
Well, yeah. The show goes on, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. New teams arrive. Remember the city kickboxing for like 2 or 3 years was like, that's the team because Israel.
Also, the Dagestanis are waking up and they're like, hey, we could have a champion in every single weight class. Let's go over and fight. And so it's just gonna, and in years' time, it's gonna be DFC.
Something new.
It's gonna be DFC. It's Dagestan Fighting Championship. It's
very possible.
They're all coming for us, bro. Learn how to get a double leg defended, please.
Yes, and that segues nicely into the main event. Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Oh my God.
You had texted me, I think after the Jeff Neal, loss, and you were like, my God. My golf.
Yeah,
my golf, my GOF.
Oh, I did edit. I had to edit it. My golf. Sound.
And then after the Aaron Pico, I think we just kind of went radio silence because it's like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? So Khamzat, he gets like this like weird look in the corner, leaves his corner early. Jason Herzog, I don't know if it was Herzog, but he's just like, Mark Goddard is just like, get the fuck back, dude. Like, fucking
wait your turn.
Chill out, motherfuckers. And so the whole stadium, the fighters, the fans, I'm fucking like sweating at the time. And I don't know what's going to happen. And what happens is less than 10 seconds in, I should have went with my head at the time. I say it in the pre-show. I go, Khamzat just mauls him. He just fucking
Yeah.
no enthusiasm. But the life in me was like, no, Dricus can.
I genuinely thought Dricus had something for him here.
Right.
Well, boy, was I wrong.
Had spurts, like little twinkles of hope. 2 of them, I think, in the last round. In the last 2 minutes of the fight, he pulls jumps Gilly, and then Khamzat just pops his head out. And then Dricus like gets his back and has like 2 hooks in, and then it turns into a body triangle. This fight, we were right. Nobody knew what was gonna happen. But in the first round, what happens, Kyle?
Khamzat takes him down.
Gets him in a what?
Oh, a crucifix. One of 3 crucifixes in this fight.
I think there were 4.
One of 4. Most people are lucky to get 1.
Mm-hmm.
He got 3 on the former middleweight champion.
Mm-hmm. Just spread out. Just couldn't do anything.
Khamzat's wrestling is so dominant.
Sure.
If Khamzat stays if we can get an active Khamzat, I'm hoping, you mentioned it on the pre-show. Is this a bad thing for the middleweight division? If he doesn't fight, it could be very concerning. But if he does fight for the middleweight division, it's extremely concerning. I don't see anybody. Everybody was holding their, fingers crossed that Dricus could come out and stop this man, because I don't see anybody beating Khamzat for a long time.
Nope.
That was one of the most dominant title fights I've ever seen.
It was just multiple 10-8 rounds. I think the count was like Khamzat 537 total strikes. 37 of them were significant or something like that. But it wasn't boring. You just couldn't believe what you were watching while it was happening. And
I can see why some people would think that fight was boring, especially after 2 spinning back elbow round 1 KOs. But that was just dominance.
Have you ever been put in a crucifix?
No, and I don't really ever want to be put in a crucifix. Just
imagine the vulnerability of being in a crucifix.
I can't imagine, dude.
The knock on the boring part, as a casual, yes, I did find it boring, but not in like the whole like, fucking stand him up.
It wasn't lay and pray. Like Khamzat was almost constantly active.
I argue if you can be that active and that strong and gather multiple points from that position, maybe it's time to go to the next one. Do like a mounted triangle or something. Like if you're being this dominant, that means you could probably find another spot. Which the crucifix is you feel just trapped. It's the worst thing in the world.
He did. I mean, DDP did the only thing he could do. He did try to bridge and explode out, but like
his face in the
just
chest,
bury your face in his fucking armpit, and is like the only defense. Dricus stayed just active enough to not get it. He was clearly not out, but like he was clearly not able to do anything most of the time.
Well, shout out to Mark Goddard for not stopping that fight when they were just little pity pats. And
they clearly not like highly damaging shots. I'm sure they're very annoying. But it's not. Mark Goddard standing them up twice. One of them understood. One of them was very questionable. Like Joe was clearly pretty pissed off about one, and I think rightfully so. And then what happened 2 seconds after they got stood up? They were back in the same position. Dricus had no defense for that takedown. And it's just so explosive. Khamzat, he's a master. He's a master at it.
All the things that Dricus was doing that should have worked didn't. And you just you kind of have to think, it's like, all right, when he shoots, just stuff the head. And then Dricus at first wasn't, but then you're like, oh, okay, at least he's stuffing the head now. And then it's like, it happened anyways. It's like, what do you mean? And then you see like the hip turns on Khamzat, and he's cutting the corner, and It's just
He's
something
explosive,
bro,
man.
it's unlike anything I've ever seen in wrestling, let alone MMA. So
like, I will say I gained a lot of respect for Dricus throughout that fight because while he looked defeated physically, he never looked mentally defeated, and that is insanely impressive.
Sure.
He was coming out at round 5, let's go, trying to hype the crowd up. I don't think he ever believed he was fully out of the fight.
Well, no.
Which, let's look back at Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards 1.
Sure.
The body language Leon had after that mauling up until was just like, I can't wait for this to be over. Leon has a bad habit of that.
Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman 2.
Yeah, two. The first title fight.
Right.
But Dricus never really looked mentally defeated. He looked like a guy who was going to look. Joaquin Buckley did it against Kamaru Usman as well.
Sure.
He never looked mentally defeated. Stayed in it.
Right.
Even while he was getting ragdolled. So shouts out to him, but who stops Khamzat? What was the famous Joe Rogan saying? The Machida era, or one of those fighters, UFC, those light heavyweight fighters back in the day that took over. We're in the Khamzat era, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, yeah, 100%.
Middleweight, Nasruddin Imavov at 1.
No.
Not beating Khamzat.
I don't think so.
Sean Strickland.
He says he can.
I want to go to war with him. No, you're not.
Right.
Israel. No. Israel's style, I don't think matches up well with. Khamzat just runs through Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really like, will he do this to the top level guys? Yeah, he will. He'll run through you like you're nothing. Renee de Ritter. I wanted to see Ritter versus Dricus, and now maybe we will see that, but not as a title fight. I don't see him stopping Khamzat.
Everybody, Anthony Hernandez or something, who just fought last weekend, he's like, I got jiu-jitsu, I got wrestling, I'll stop him. And the funny thing is, it's like you can have all the self-belief in the world. That believing in yourself is not a bad thing, but don't be delusional. You just saw what he did to Dricus. You think Dricus would be a walk in the park? You think, Khamzat is just gonna, I don't know. My thing is Father Time is gonna get Khamzat. He either retires just champion or illnesses get Khamzat. He's not losing to anybody. Nobody's flash knocking him out. I can't see a Jorge Masvidal running knee. I can't see a slip up or him getting submitted or anything. Maybe going to sleep, but it's just the crotch sniffing's too real, man.
It's too good.
I'm not hating on it. Go ahead, do your thing, but damn it.
I will say that was probably his most boring performance, because usually he gets you down and there's going to be a finish
and you're like,
shortly thereafter.
Well, can he do it to the guys at 205? It's like, I don't know, did you see him swing DC around like he was a child? It's
the one telling bit of strength, I think, is the Robert Whittaker jaw break.
Yeah.
He barely gets that crank in and it busts his fucking jaw. Robert is tapping in the most this has to end.
Frantic.
I've never seen something. And it's Robert Whittaker. This is not a slouch. This is like one of the toughest dudes in the division. There's no one stopping Khamzat for a long time. I don't see it happening. I'm never picking against Khamzat again.
Miracles can happen. I should have went with my head, not my heart. But
if you get a guy like his two most difficult fights were Gilbert and Kamaru Usman, who both had some serious grappling defense or offense of their own.
Right. Gilbert
kept it standing because Khamzat didn't really want to be on the ground in his guard, So if you have someone who is a strong jiu-jitsu fighter off their back, you may see him struggle a little bit, but
I don't know what anybody. I think he said he would be open to fighting Islam if Islam wanted to go up to 185, which is it's insane to me.
that would be.
Because who's I mean, yeah, sure, Khamzat might shoot, but just who's better? And then Khamzat's way bigger than Islam. It would just, I don't know.
Dude, Khamzat's size is deceptive to me because, like, I guess when I see him by himself, he doesn't look very big for some reason. But then you see him up against these people. I didn't realize he was as big as he was until I saw him against Drikas. I thought Drikas would be bigger, but
he's kind of gangly looking. He looks like Slender Man.
He's very gangly. Yeah, he's got like these like thin shoulders, but it doesn't matter, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him.
I don't see anybody beating this man.
What's our record going into the new season?
So starting out, unfortunately, I will be starting at 2-3, and you will be at a nice, comfortable 4-1. So shout out to Robert for dominating the picks on 319. But we got 320 coming up. Our boy Alex Pereira's coming back, and there's a good chance I'm just going to go ahead and spoil you guys on something. I'm not picking against my boy Alex.
Sure.
I'm not picking against my heart on that one. I want Alex to win that fight, but outside of that,
well,
we'll have to wait and see.
I am a bloodthirsty coward with no ties to anybody, so I might stab Alex in the back on this one. Who knows?
You probably will. You're an animal.
Anything else about 319 in particular? If you go back at any point and watch this card from start to finish, I think the main event, just look at it from a dominant perspective. I don't think it'll disappoint you, but I think that you would really enjoy this card. Any time of day. Brunch.
Oh, yeah. The whole card's amazing.
Right. Shout out to Bellator, PFL. Bring over your tomato cans for us to beat them up and make your organization look bad.
They're trying, man. They're trying. You know what? Back in the day, those fighters came over and dominated in the UFC. Mm-hmm. There was a period of time where there were nothing but, was it Bellator or Strikeforce? The Strikeforce guys came in and dominated. Yeah. But it's not happening for the Bellator PFL boys.
We'll see where they go from here. We only have a couple more pay-per-views left. I'm so mad you guys bought the pay-per-views. Anyways. Shout out to Drikas Duplessis.
Shout out to all those bastards on
congratulations,
this card.
Congratulations to Khamzat. I'll see you next November. And then I'll see the interim fight between DeRitter and Drikas. Probably around May. That's when
you'll be wrong, but you very well could be right.
We'll see.
Shout
out to you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
We love you. Peace.